Welcome, everybody. It's crunch time with Brian and Cliffy B. What's up, everybody? I am Brian.
I am Cliffy B, depending on the week, whether you want to call me Clifton or Cliffonius.
I haven't done Clifton yet.
Yeah, that sounds like an aristocrat, doesn't it?
Clifton.
Yes, Clifton. I eat biscotti all the time.
Yeah, it does. It is. It feels like 111 degrees today. It says in Raleigh, which should not be allowed.
I got my in-laws in town, and we got multiple zones in the house. Oh, I'm fancy like that. And before they came, I was praying to the air conditioning gods, like, please don't fuck up. Please work. And it seems to be hanging on, like holding, like, ah. And the second because they've all been sleeping upstairs, so the second they leave, because it's set to like 73-ish right now. That's and the second they leave, I'm gonna put it back up to 75. But if you're in New York, though, do you see the rules?
What's the rules in New York?
The mayor says to set it to 78 in your home.
Yeah, that's to save money because the grid's going to explode, but I don't care. I'm going to melt either way. That's
yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
But meanwhile, Times Square is fully lit.
Yeah, right. Okay. This is episode, I don't know, what is it, 600? Episode 9 of the Crunch Time Show. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Technically, it's 10.
Technically, it's 10. Episode 0 really fucked us.
Yeah, it's like how they age people in Korea, I think. You start with 0 or something.
Really?
Yeah, dude, look it up. I swear to God, it's weird.
I believe you. All right, look, we're gonna dive in. We got a real fun guest today. We're gonna chat with one of my favorite comics in the scene. He's a dad. He's a comic. He's a gamer. He does a lot of fun, cool shit. We're gonna bring him in, everybody. Mark Brady is with us, folks.
Yo!
Thank you. What's up, guys? How are you?
I'm jealous of your stubble.
Oh yeah, it's patchy, but I'll let it slide for a little bit. I wish it was a little thicker.
We should go on tour as the Stubble Boys right now.
I know mine's like I'm 51 and mine's just here to hide my acne at my age. I'm like, okay, I was on Accutane as a teenager and I'm still getting pimples. What is that?
I say it all the time. I also get acne and I have a lot of gray hair and it's very confusing. I feel like I'm definitely going to get bullied at senior facilities when I get older, where it's just like what.
Yeah, my kid the other day when I was wearing I'm wearing a tank top today because again it's 100 degrees. My daughter, she's 5. She's like, "Daddy, you got gray hair on your shoulders." I was like, "Shut up! What are you? Leave me alone."
The nieces are in town and they love making fun of my bald spot. I'm like, it's the front's hanging on, man.
Oh yeah, kids love to just roast you and just like point it out.
Oh, then they're all using all their lingo like no cap. Yeah, exactly. I'm talking about you. Yeah. She's skulking by with her beauty supplies. This is Billie Eilish's Landscaper's face scrub. I had to buy it.
Even he's got a deal. Damn it, we got to.
You can just put your middle finger in here. There you go.
Okay, wow.
We got 15 years old, ladies and gentlemen, the future of America.
But let's get into some fun stuff, guys. Let's chat and do some fun stuff. Mark, how you doing, man? First of all,
doing all right, man. How are you guys?
Good. Kids are home from school this summer. They drive you crazy. My kids are the worst kids to be home from school. They have no idea what to do with themselves. They are the most bored children unless you have something for them 100% of the time. Are yours the same way?
Yeah. You gotta, like, right now I said, hey, I need my office because they were in here both playing Roblox together, and I was playing with them sometimes because they'll ask me, they're like, Dad, can you play with us? And I'm not gonna turn that down.
Right.
I'm like, all right. So, and then I go, all right, you guys got to go downstairs, watch TV. I need this office for a little bit. But yeah, for the most part, it's okay. This is a schedule today. This is what we're doing. So they need structure for sure.
Yeah.
It's funny. I've never seen a generation, and now I'm sounding like old man yells at cloudy. A generation that has so much to do, yet there's nothing to do.
They don't know how to be bored because they have everything. I think that's my wife always says. Like, she doesn't know. They have to learn how to be bored. We were bored as kids. Like these kids have no idea what it means to be bored because they have everything to do it all the time. And then when there isn't for a second, they're like, what do I do? They turn to maniacs, like werewolves. Like, it's like, what do I do?
Do you guys remember like walking through the woods and you find a good stick? You'd be like, look at this stick. This is a great stick. It's like, what are you going to do with it? Walk with it? I don't know.
Yeah, you were just excited. You used your head, and that's what sometimes I'll do. I'm like, okay, You got to have screens off, and you got to do something creative. That's what I say. You have to do something creative. It's not like, oh, well, can I do this or that? No, if it doesn't involve creativity, you cannot do it.
Well, that was, I mean, that was part of the thing, the point of like Toy Story 5, which was surprisingly solid, was, you know, put down the screen. And then, you know, when the kids had the toys and they were imagining all these, and they had that cool shader that they used to kind of show that it was their, the dream sequence. It was really, really cool, you know, just to have your action figures and smash them together and make up all the, and then have this character and this character. That's not in that IP, but I don't care. G.I. Joe is fighting He-Man, you know, that kind of stuff that when you just didn't give a crap as a kid.
I used to do Royal Rumbles with my Ninja Turtle figures. I would I would write down 30 names, and I'd have like a real, like, for hours in my room by myself when I was 26. I would just take these ninja. Not really. I'd take these figures and I'd just fight for hours, and it was the best time. It was so fun.
Me and my brothers we would play that, and we would start playing with action figures for just a little bit, and then we would take them outside and get a lighter and WD-40 and torch them and make them explode. And then we'd set our remote control Humvee at the time on fire a little bit and set it off a ramp. Like it was chaos, man.
That actually sounds pretty awesome.
Are we being creative, Mom? Is this cool?
My friend had a soldering iron with his G.I. Joes, and we would just melt their faces. Just
pour gasoline to the pool, light on
like
fire.
The end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I watched that movie. But yeah, so that's the thing. Is you know, those kids aren't going to have any discs to play games with anymore, though. See,
good segue.
That was my thanks.
That's a good segue. Did you hear about this, Mark? How Sony the other day, like just yesterday, said they're stopping disc production in January 2028. No more games will be physical ever again, which is it's bananas. It really is. That's a year and a half. That's pretty quick. That's a year and a half.
And you know, somebody at Microsoft is like, oh shit, that's our Project Helix. Hey, should we do this? Asha, is this a good idea? I don't know.
Is it only Sony? I'm sure everyone's gonna jump on it.
We're gonna do it, but Nintendo's like, look, we play with bugs. Nintendo's just doing their own thing in the corner, like no one cares. Yeah,
that's depressing. That's half the fun of looking at all your stuff that you have and selecting which one. I was just telling my kids that the other day with like my PlayStation, all those games are loaded in, and we were playing, and I have a few discs. I was like, yeah, you used to have to just take it out, put one in, and it was just one-on-one.
There are times now though where I want to change the disc, and I'm like, I don't want to walk 10 feet. I guess I'll just keep playing this.
Well, I mean, it's kind of the end of an era, because I used to love the instruction booklets and like the smell of that fresh ink.
Love manuals.
You just huff it, and that's gone. And so there's a quote on Reddit that I liked that actually resonated with me, where this person said, "I'm currently a PS5 and PC gamer, but I'll fully jump to PC now. If I'm going to be stuck with digital-only gaming, I'd rather have access to a variety of storefronts on PC than held hostage by the PlayStation Store."
You're not being. I hate that's like it's such a doom and gloom. You're not being held hostage. Like that's when people go that extreme. I'm just like you pick one, or most people have multiple systems anyway. Right now, I got a PS5, I got a Switch, and I have a ROG handheld for Steam and Epic and things like that. But it's like, I don't know. It does suck, because Trevor Noah was the voice of the reason I saw that he had a good response to somebody. He said, the only way, he said, I get why some people just like, who cares if it's digital? I've been using just digital for 10 years, and I get that too. But he said, the only way some people play games is buying them cheaper secondhand. So some people do wait years to buy it at GameStop or eBay or something like that. And you can hand those down to your younger siblings, to your younger friends. You can intro them to these games, and your whole library can just be taken away without notice, as Sony did this week with they deleted like 500 digital movies from people's libraries without even telling them. Because their license ran out. And like they could do that. Like if all of a sudden they lose God of War, like God of War is just gone from your library in 10 years, which is it seems crazy. Like we're not gonna own anything.
And you'll like it. In a perfect world, and if you buy something on I love it's like own it now on digital. I'm like, yeah, sure. It should legally
now, not later. We'll take it away later. Just now.
It should legally say our contract to exclusivity for this goes up into 2028, and you can own it until that date. That's in a perfect world. It would say
they might have to start saying that, or there should be. Someone was saying that there should be just like some type of digital token that you can, like GOG games on what's a GOG?
Good old games.
Good old games. Those you download and they're on your computer. You don't need to. There's no license. Like you just own
DRM
those
free.
games. DRM free. So that's where it has to go that way, I think. Like with movies and games, if you're downloading all this digital stuff, but it's just a rental, like they got to figure something out, man. Like, and Sony's like, oh, we didn't think people would care about this. It's like everybody's pissed at you for like just it came out of nowhere. That's why it wasn't like, hey, we're thinking of doing this. It was just like, hey guys, guess what? Today we just decided no more discs in a year and a half. You're like, what? I like the collection.
And they're blaming GTA now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people got to download it digitally. Pre-ordering digital games is the most stupidest thing, I think. Pre-order physical, I get that, just in case it sells out. But they're pushing this thing. You got to pre-order GTA 6 now. It's digital. You're not going to run out.
Right? Yeah, yeah. That's a terrible business model. That's the worst business model I've ever. We're out of the digital downloads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Sorry, we got to make more. Like, what are you talking
about? Manufactured scarcity.
It's like you're mining Bitcoin. Sorry, we got to mine more GTA 6s in the lab later on.
Yeah,
that's why we need more data centers.
Oh,
no. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
you're kidding, right?
Opening the game and like getting the art and looking at the art and the cool things inside. But damn, that's gonna be
the only thing it does like limited run still sometimes they have the physical games and they do the manual sometimes. The only thing that consistently does it is this console called Evercade, which is it's more of a retro console, which I have. And every game comes with a cartridge. It's like a mini, cartridge, and it comes with a manual. And like, I love it. I love opening and looking at it, looking through and looking at the how do you use these moves and things like that. But like, there's something about that, man, that's really missing, I think, from and like when you open a game now and it's just the disc and the stupid like privacy warning bullshit. It's like, I don't want this. Like, you know what I mean? Or even a Switch cartridge is just a little tiny Switch cartridge in that big case. Like there's nothing else in there.
Yeah,
make it seems like a waste.
But then if you make it that small, you're definitely losing it, especially with kids. It's gone. It's
so true. Dude, we with the family in town. We went to Crabtree Valley Mall, and with my brother-in-law and the nephew, we went into the Lego store, which is actually still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised the like some of the sets they have these days. It's crazy. There's like a Billie Eilish set. Like Lego's just licensing everything these days. But they had the whole like the age gate, and like we all made fun of Duplo when we were like Lego kids. And I was like looking at Duplo. I'm like, oh, Duplo doesn't have the choking hazard thing because the blocks are this freaking big.
They're too big.
Yeah.
It's only for big kids to swallow. Yeah, not normal kids.
You can swallow it if you're an adult. It's actually more dangerous to play with them when you're older.
Yeah. Is there some weirdo who like builds a Billie Eilish? Is like, look at my Billie Eilish statue I made.
Oh yeah,
it looks just like her, doesn't it?
Well, we wound up in the poster store, and the niece was like, "Oh my god, this Billie Eilish poster! I have to have it." And she buys it, and I'm like, "You have to get that home now. How's that going to happen? Do we have to now buy a tube and ship it? Blah blah blah." And she's like, "Oh, Uncle Cliff, there's a Sabrina Carpenter poster because I like Sabrina Carpenter." That's right, I said it. And she's like, "Do you want that?" I'm like, "I'm 51 years old. That's gonna look kind of weird, dude. Like not cool."
Yeah, my friends always
really catchy.
We always joke whenever like we like if our wives go away for a day or a weekend or something, we always say you got to put the posters up, man. Hang up the Kathy Ireland poster from 1989. Hang up the Miss Elizabeth WWF poster that you had in the 80s.
Get that one with the big expensive house and all the expensive cars that says the reason for higher education, which we all knew that one was a sham now.
Hang out the Cindy Crawford Playboy poster before she comes back, things like
Kathy
that.
Ireland, oh my gosh.
Right?
I had a couple of her posters.
What a babe. What a babe back then.
What was that movie where there was like a football movie she was in?
National Lampoon's she was in National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1.
But there was a football movie.
Loaded Weapon is like it was Emilio Estevez. It was like a Naked Gun type movie.
Yes,
it was hysterical.
Yes.
Very stupid. But she was like the babe in that movie. But she was also in that football movie. I forget the name.
I can't remember that one. She actually had like the paint, which looked great on her.
Yeah, somehow.
Oh, those 80s babes, man, can't beat them. Well, yeah. So back to games.
Back to games. Yeah. It does. Do you have a collection, Mark, of games like on a shelf or like in your game room or something like that?
Not necessarily a shelf. They're all just shoved in a drawer. The kids have taken over everything else. The Switch, they're really into the Switch. They just got into the PlayStation more than anything, though, which is very awesome.
What are they playing?
I'm still running off the 4.
Really? Old school.
Yeah. It's been so long where I'm like, I'm just gonna wait till the 6 comes out. Like,
Might as well.
Skip 5, which I hate because I've been on everything. So
I bought the 5 and I'm not playing shit on it. I play games on my Switch and my PC. That's it.
That's 90% a lot of people go on PC.
Yeah. 90% of my gaming is PS5. But that's mostly what I do. There's some good stuff. I get it. Yeah,
it's funny, Mark, though. You mentioned, real quick, the kids of Roblox, and I'll never forget, God, it must have been at least 10, 12 plus years ago. I was visiting my brother and his kids in California, and they were firing up this game that with clunky characters, and the entire point of it was to get to the top of this mountain before a flood came in, and that was it. And then they thought it was the funnest shit, and then they repeated it over and over, and I'm like, what is this shit? My brother's like, oh, it's this thing called Roblox. The kids love it. I'm like, okay. And then it took me years later to realize this is its own game-making platform in which the platform holders take like 70%, mind you, of whatever the kids make on it. And it looks like shit. And it's just coming to this epiphany that when it comes to all these games that are AAA games and they spend hundreds of millions of dollars to make it look so good, and you can see the tear ducts in the characters' eyes, the kids don't give a fuck.
Yeah, well, especially coming from someone like you who's put so much effort into making games and like taking a lot of pride in it. And then I'm sure it's the equivalent for us, like making jokes where we're like, I'm trying to be like witty. I want to say something. I want this to be hilarious. And then someone's like, oh, yeah, my wife can't leave her alone. And everyone goes, oh, my God. And you go, get out of here.
And then I jerked off all over her. Oh, genius. It's like, wait, what?
That's actually, I've tried open mics and about 20 times and failed most of it. But it's like, we're at Good Nights like once a week now. Yeah. And it's what I'm studying it. Like, and,
you respect the art. You respect the art.
I respect the craft. Mm-hmm. They put us like front and center, and like my wife's not much of a laugher, and like I've watched enough, like when somebody's really good knee slapping, I'm like, yeah, okay. But a lot of times I just gotta sit there like,
yeah.
And it's like one of those things. Like I appreciate how a joke is crafted, good callbacks, good crowd work, all that stuff. And when somebody I'm not feeling it, I'll just kind of sit there like, can I get my brownie sundae now? Like, which is really good there. And you can't force it, but I mean, that's the thing is, when something unique and cool comes along and kills it, like, have you heard about that game, Mark? Mecha Chameleon? It's basically hide and go seek, where a bunch of the players just go in this environment, they go up against the wall, and they have like 30 seconds to try and paint themselves to look like the wall. Kind of like
my kids were telling me about this.
Yeah, like PETA in the Hunger Games. That was his power, by the way. He could paint himself to look like a piece of pita bread against an oak tree or something. And then the people go around with shotguns and try and hunt them, and if they spot them, they but they don't shoot them. They don't really see that you get points as the hunted. And then it's sold like 10 million copies. I didn't even see that news article, Brian. You sent that to me, and they put it out for like what, $7-8, and it went viral. That's the thing.
10 million copies in like 2 weeks.
So I'm sitting here. One of the nieces comes to my computer like, what are you doing, Uncle Cliff? I'm like, well, here's this game. And I'm explaining what the game is. And then I'm like, okay, now this sold this many copies. It was made by 2 people. And Steam gets X percentage. And so therefore, after taxes, each person probably netted about, $4 million a person. And she's like, holy crap. And I'm like, that's a lot of money. But, it was one part a great idea, one part timing, and, luck. And of course, there's a clone that's going to be released shortly this month on Steam, because somebody then used AI to fart out a clone of it. And here we are again. It's the same reason, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, was killing it with the Battle Royale genre. And then my friends at Epic, with Fortnite doing decently, they're like, hey, we should do our own Battle Royale version. And then there you go. And to bring it full circle to Roblox, my former boss, Tim Sweeney, who I think goes back and forth between James Goodnight being the richest guy in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. He's like jealous of Roblox and how like it ultimately is a creator economy and
fucking billionaires.
Wow.
Well, that's the thing is he has all the money in the world, but he still wants to dominate this business.
So annoying.
I'd be like, I'd be over here working on some charity stuff, making my own games about dogs or something.
Dude,
I don't know.
Anything more of a loser than a billionaire who's still working.
I love that.
Hang it up. You can do whatever. Like, just live. Isn't that that's what we're all chasing? It's just
Yeah, right.
At least Bezos has 2 big dumb yachts, so he's enjoying some yacht time. As Amazon pulls up the other day to drop off a package to me, yes, since '98 I've been using it. And the dude, like, I'm at my mailbox. He's like, I got to take it to the door to get a photo of it. I'm like, okay, it's 90,000 degrees out. Okay, so I'm walking with him, like, you staying hydrated there, dude? He's like, yeah, but the door to my van won't close. And I'm like, okay, well, that's just a microcosm of the example of America in 2026.
Yeah,
like those open mail carrier trucks that don't have doors. It's like, how do you guys get away with that? Like, no doors. That was like a big decision. They all decided, no doors on these trucks. Okay, just let them go.
It saves seconds. You guys can just don't even put the car in park anymore. Just put it in neutral and just jump out, throw it out the place, and jump back in.
It's like the old game Paperboy, where the kid would just bike and sling it, which doesn't work actually.
Speaking of comedy, let's talk comedy a little bit. Mark, when did you start?
I started in 2014.
2014. So 12, 13 years you've been in the game.
Coming up on 12 years, yeah.
Coming up on 12 now. Awesome. Yeah. Still living off your NC's funniest crown. Right? So,
yeah. You know what's funny about that is, like, I won it too early, honestly. Like 2016, and you don't even bring it up anymore.
No.
You don't bring it up anymore at all.
Wait. Are you on the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna look for you on the wall and get a photo next time. Like,
I started in 2004 and I won Long Island's funniest in 2005.
Wow.
And I thought HBO is gonna be calling me any day now, baby. I'm ready.
Can you win multiple states though? Like, how does that work?
Sure. I mean, sure. I guess.
Is there like a comedy Illuminati?
No, probably, but no, I can do. No, I retired my competitions after that. I figured I peaked. I peaked in 2005.
Dude, I saw this young dude who was up there. He was the host for one night a couple weeks ago, and he's like, "Yes, and I won the NC's funniest, which means I have the privilege of hosting here whenever I want to." And I'm like, "Ooh, that was a way of negging the club and yourself by saying I don't get to feature or be the headline." Some young dude. He's just a young white dude, really skinny. I don't know. He was pretty good too.
Was it Kellen? Might have been Kellen.
I don't know. That does sound that sounds like an 80s movie villain. I don't get you, Kellen.
What made you start doing stand-up? I know it's a different story for everybody, but why do this to yourself?
Yeah, no. When I name drop, so it's kind of funny. My dad was good friends with Dom Irrera.
Nice.
And they were roommates in college.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they maintained a good friendship, and like literally we would call him like Uncle Dom. He would stop by the house, things like that. And I didn't know what he did, but here we are watching Comedy Central years later, and I go, "What? No, you know, I was watching Hey Arnold, and he's the demolition guy. He's the voice of the demolition guy, and I'm just watching it, and my dad walks in, and he goes, "That's Dom," and I go, "No, it's not." It was him. And then
did he not mention, "Hey, I got this cool gig. You guys might want to tune in."
Right? No, I mean, he just, I guess like when you're working, you're not like thinking about who would be into it, especially like if you're doing, I don't know, Brian, you might know better, but like voice work, you might tell some close friends, and this is pre-social media, so it's not like out there for everyone.
And he's been in the game for 40 years, 50 years.
Right? Yeah. So I found out that was a job, and we always. I grew up on Mr. Show in like fifth grade
at Odenkirk, right?
It was the only thing like me and my brothers were very different, except for when it came to a sense of humor. So that was the only thing that not the only thing, but like that's something that gave us a strong bond, was just the same sense of humor. But everyone was so different. Eric was into cars and fixing stuff, and me and Steven not into that at all. And Steven was into, at the time, like heavily into video games and editing and shooting stuff, and I wasn't into that, and neither was it. So it was just
how many siblings did you say you have?
2.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So not to be a downer, but one of them passed away, and it was like a couple months later where I was just like, oh well, I'm gonna do comedy because I can drop at any moment. And I actually did. It was kind of a nice. So I was like 22, and I tried an open mic, and I drove 45 minutes out of town to do an open mic. And this is pre-podcast, everything. So you don't know. I didn't know how it worked.
Yeah.
So I show up at the comedy club, and I do my time, and the owner of the comedy club was like, dude, come back. That was great. And I was like,
where was your first time?
Comedy Cabana. I was living in Wilmington, so I was in college at the time.
That's in Myrtle Beach, right?
Yes, Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
So I drove, 45 minutes an hour, just in case anyone I knew showed up, which no one does.
We trying to get far away so no one knew you were there? Is that what you were trying to do?
Exactly. Like no one within town. And then I came back, I did it a second time. He goes, oh, that was awesome. Keep coming back. So in my head, I'm like, oh, I only did the same set twice. And I didn't know about like working on jokes. Like it was just
I thought that was frowned upon, going open mic and doing the same stuff.
Well, I mean, like I didn't know that either, where it's just like you just do the same thing. And Cliff, I'm gonna peek behind the curtain. Some guys are doing open mics with the same jokes they've been doing 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, man.
No shit sometimes. So just I don't know what it is. I don't get it. I always go up with stuff that's like, this might ruin my chances in like a show. Like I swing pretty heavy or hard.
Well, there's repeating the same shit that's verbatim, and then there's iterating. Right.
Sure.
Yeah. There's a lot down here that just repeat the same shit for years.
Right. And I totally get it if you want to work on something and you have a couple new tags you want to throw in. But I mean, also I was probably that guy too early on, and like I didn't want to risk anything new on it. Now I'm just like, just fucking say it. Doesn't matter. So
yeah.
So no show is going to make or break your career. So why not? So anyway, third time go back. Do all new stuff, silence, like dead, like nothing.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, and because I didn't know how comedy worked, I go, oh, I'm not funny. And I just stopped. I stopped doing it for like 8 years. And then 8 years. It was like, I'm not doing comedy. And then, me and my brothers would hang out, make each other laugh. And Eric specifically would be like, dude, you should try comedy again. I'm like, oh no, you don't understand. I'm not funny. Like it doesn't translate. And
30 people one night told me I'm not good at this. So,
yeah. And then he passed away. And then I was like, you know what I'm doing? And then 2 months later I was back. I tried it.
Wow.
Again, right?
Okay.
And I figured out how to like do it. But finding out like how to do comedy pre-podcast era, it was insane. You had to know somebody who did it. Like it. I mean,
I was pre MySpace era. I started before MySpace even. Like that wasn't even a thing. It came out like a few months after I started, and people started putting up like video clips. You had to start filming shit and figure out how to get a VHS onto the computer was impossible back in 04. Like
I didn't even think about that era, because like now if you don't have a camera, you're not even doing comedy.
You're right. You gotta walk in with your lights and your camera and your boom mic and everything, your fucking sound speakers. It's like, I just want to be a comic, man, not a technician. Also,
yeah, I think we've talked about this before. It feels like writing jokes is like 10% of it now. I mean,
Well, that's the thing that Brian and I have commiserated over is like who gets the headline spot at good nights, because I'll sit there. I like to get there a little early and just sit at the bar and say hello, and I'm seeing the signs of who's showing up next, and I'm like, hey Brian, have you heard about this social media sensation? And he's like, because I mean that's the world in which we live, where it's like now, again, going back to the kids watching like their attention spans, it's like foom, 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 foom.
Yeah.
But that's why Kill Tony became a thing, because you have 60 seconds, boom, make them laugh or you're fucking out of here. And I who I fucking blame is Carson Daly, because stay with me personally. I hold him responsible, because TRL back in the late 90s was like, because I came up with the generation of, we used to actually watch our fucking music videos.
I remember that.
They air like 20 to 30 seconds, be like, okay, next, on to the next.
I remember
the
that.
Span got wiggled the fuck down.
Yeah.
And now you have this, doom scrolling and everything, and TikTok is the ultimate culmination. And then, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, it's all shorts and reels and short. And I'm guilty of it sometimes. If I'm farting around on YouTube at the end of the night with the wife, we go to YouTube, it's like, that video's more than 3 minutes now.
Yeah. Who's got the time?
Yeah. It's always like, how long is this going to take me?
So whenever we start a new show, we just started the final season of The Bear, I will always look, I'll scroll down to the episodes list first, and I'll scroll over and I'll look at each one to see, okay, 28 minutes, 27 minutes, awesome, 32, 52, an hour and 6. What? I get so mad. She goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I just want to know how long I have on each of these episodes. I wish they were all quicker, but yeah, she always.
But you have to plan your night around it, right? Like,
you do.
Like if I have an early morning, okay, I gotta be at the doctor at 9 because I'm old. That means we're out the door at 8:30, so I gotta get up.
I gotta be at the doctor early. Yeah.
Oh,
you're right.
That's another story. But yeah, I mean, like I like to get there early. And so, like, okay, I got to be in bed by midnight, which means I need to have 8 hours of sleep, or my Aura ring will complain like hell to me, which it does all the fucking time. Fuck you, Aura. I don't want an endorsement deal. You suck.
Jeez.
Oh, there's a lot there. And but yeah, like I like to be on time. And like at the end of the night, I'm like, okay, that's like 45 minutes. I want to be in bed in 30. So let's just go to YouTube.
Plus, also, she yelled, but she falls asleep within 10 minutes. So I need to know how much of this is even worth it to start a 45-minute episode if she's falling asleep in 10 minutes.
Right.
You're going to be asleep in. Oh, yeah.
Mark, do you like sit down and like watch shit with your wife, or like do you watch your stuff and she watches hers? Like,
not really. I mean, when we sit down, I'm working weekends most of the time now, so like that's gone. And sometimes I will sit and be like, hey, you want to watch some? Normally it's like something that we can pause, like for instance, like a crime documentary that she's into. Right. And I'll watch some stuff on the road if I have time or if I'm just chilling out. But we almost never watch anything together. That's like, I can't tell you the last movie we saw together or the last show that we started. I think the last thing we tried was Ozarks. That was like 4 years ago. I mean, it's like nuts.
Great wow. Show. Okay, you don't get to watch stuff. That's kind of sad. That girl's blowing up. She was amazing in Weapons. Yeah. I mean, my whole thing is like if you're with my wife, like I love watching stuff with her. And like we always do the whole like, okay, there's stuff that you watch yourself. Okay, go rewatch New Girl again. Fine. I don't care about New Girl. I'm never gonna watch New Girl. But I'll find something. Oh, somebody said this was really good. Let's watch this tonight. Okay, Widow's Bay, by the way, amazing. But the thing is, we'll get into a show and I can feel if she's falling asleep next to me, and like. I'll pause it. I'll be like, if you're not feeling this, I can watch this myself, or we can go to bed. And she'll do the dad thing. She'll fucking lie to me. She'll be like, no, I'm good. I'm like, are you? Do you want me to turn a light on? Can I get you something, some popcorn? She's like, no, I'm good. Then I'm like 10 minutes later, I'm like, you're asleep again. I'm
the one falling asleep.
You are, yeah.
Yeah. The one thing that we've been doing recently is playing board games together. That's probably what we do more than anything that we watch. Yeah,
we done a lot during COVID. Puzzles, board games. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
and that's the kind of stuff. Like as an adult, you're like, that's stupid. I don't like that. And like again, having in-laws in town, like when you actually all sit down and play some stuff, you're like, well, it's actually a really good time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
if you're competitive, it's always a good time. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Hummys VR. This is the thing. When I found out you did that, I thought it was so cool.
Wait, you did it?
That's his thing. Like that's Mark. You created that, like with your brother and a friend, right?
Me, my brother, and thanks. So you've heard of it?
Well, the one that I know is the bar fight in Boston.
Oh yeah. That's a lot like the comedy career I'm having, where it happened early and nothing since.
I mean, that's that one I saw went viral. I showed that to my brother-in-law a couple of years ago, and he lost it because he thought it was because he loves like the Dropkick Murphys and the flogging Mollies and that whole like Boston culture, even though he's a New Orleans dude. But anyway, I think it's a brilliant use of VR, and that's I love VR. I believe in it, but I think, full disclosure, I was lucky enough to invest in Oculus, and then I got like a good chunk of money, and then Zuckerberg's like, hey, you want a virtual Zuck, and let's make a metaverse. Like, no one wants that, Zuck. Fuck off. But then like I think comedy for VR has actually been one of the best things to come out of it, as opposed to stupid roller coasters that make you puke.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
Thank you.
Got some debt. I get it.
Thanks, honey.
I have double locks on my doors just in case.
That was like the famous Zoom video where the kid's in the background.
Yeah. So I agree. I think what we've noticed for versus VR, Hummys VR is me, my brother, and my cousin, and one of my other cousins. So it's the four of us mainly now. It was three of us for like a couple years, and doing the VR stuff and like just doing skits or like getting into an environment and being like, okay, and just kind of like playing it for like 5 minutes and figuring out what our character is. Like there was no pre-planning, no nothing. It's like, this is going to be my persona for this thing. And
it's virtual improv, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's virtual improv, and so we've dialed it back to where we've done a lot of just like Steam games, just regular computer games, because we started to run out because a lot of the VR stuff isn't great.
Yeah.
A lot of, like, you get in there, it's just trash in there. So like, we were sick of buying games, so we just incorporated both. But we've been talking about it. We got to get back to VR, and it's a lot of fun. And it was hard starting the channel because people would see that video of the Boston one that like blew up, and I think that might have been our third video. Right. And the problem with that is like we weren't even planning on doing a channel. It was just like, this is us messing around,
right?
Upload it on YouTube, and then it blew up, and then like I think it was like 15,000 overnight, and then you're like, I guess we have to start a channel now. So
that's like when K-pop Demon Hunters exploded, and Sony was like, "Shit, we don't have toys or clothes. Get on it," because they didn't expect it. I mean, that's a curse to your own success. I mean, my thing is, I could rant about VR all day long. I had my own studio for a while back, and we were asking for $3 to $5 million to make a cool VR experience, a game, which in the grand scheme of game budgets is nothing. Yeah. Honestly,
and how much I think is a lot.
But I'm not talking me personally. I'm talking like Sony, Meta, Valve, HTC, all these people who have billions and billions of dollars and they couldn't. I wanted to do an update of the old game Tubin, where you're going down the river and you're paddling in VR and everybody's an animal and you have the floppy heads and you have like root beer and you can shake it and throw it at people and it explode like a grenade. You could drink it for health. You could smash it in your forehead and use it as a disc. And I wanted all these inner tubes at like a video game convention where everyone's actually sitting in the tubes with the VR things paddling and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's fun.
It was called Donuts because you're in a donut. And who doesn't love donuts? But they were like, that's too expensive. But the thing is, there's something about a human voice behind a flapping head in VR that is fucking funny because my wife plays this game that is, as they call it these days, friend slop. It's these games that were made by a handful of people. The graphics suck almost on purpose, which adds to it. Like South Park has been skating by that aesthetic.
It's a charm. Gives it a charm. Yeah.
Yeah. Minecraft technically looks basic, but that's the charm. Rick and Morty, blah, 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 blah. But this game Repo, where each player looks like the little android, mascot. And it's got the flappy head like the Canadians in South Park where you talk and the head goes like that. And they're stubby. Exactly. And my wife and like the niece and her friends just go around picking up these things and trying to carry them and get them out of there. And for some reason, seeing the flapping heads, you can put little bows in their heads and they look completely stupid. It's funny in and of itself. And I think there's something there. I guess it kind of goes back to Red versus Blue when, the Master Chief characters, had their faces covered. And that actually added to like the whole like turning and looking around and it was comedy gold. And I think there's something there.
I think the hard part of starting that channel was we would play the game and then we get like a decent amount of comments. They're like, can you guys just play the game? like, cause they're expecting like a playthrough or whatever it is. And we were like, that's not what this channel is going to be about. We're not playing the game. I mean, we've been on, it's kind of like stand up where we play together for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then you whittle it down to 10 minutes, or like a 15-minute video. And we can like literally, we've been guilty of dicking around in a lobby for 25 minutes of just like being our characters and like, we haven't done a thing and we got to start sometime. It's just all about the jokes.
Yeah. Check out Hummys VR on YouTube, everybody. It's always funny. A lot of funny, silly clips. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, first time I saw it, I was like, this is such a fun idea.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's driven VR, of course, is adult content.
So I have not seen that. I've heard, and that's true. I'm not just saying that. Like I have had like people tell me that, and I'd be like, I have to get a hotel if I'm going to do that. I can't chance.
Well, and a separate Steam account, a separate hardware. I'm not going to use my regular login. I got
right. Yeah. So
that was the thing is joking. I was talking to a friend about if you were to buy marital aids on Amazon, and then is that a good idea? Because the next thing you know, it's the same thing with the algorithm. It's like, you want this, that? I'm like, no, I just wanted maybe one little thing, and then it's just like, you want all this? I'm like, oh my god, I'm a deviant. What's going on?
Yeah, you're a freak. Take this, you weirdo.
People who bought lube also like this butt plug. Would you like this?
Perhaps you'd like to be pegged. Would you like to know more? But going real quick back to
cell phone you can call your dad on.
Link your parents' account. Oh my God, mom likes ball gags. But going back to the VR thing, a buddy of mine told me this is it might be an urban legend, the story of like a dude who's like a teenager. His mom, he lived with the mom. The kid was doing VR, and he had asked mom to get him chicken wings or tenders or whatever. And the kid was in his room, thought he could rub one out real quick, and the mom opened the room and had the chicken tenders and saw him doing his thing, but she just left the chicken tenders next to him and left the room and closed the door. So when the kid finished up, looked down and found the chicken tenders there. I mean, the mom wanted her son to have sustenance, but obviously the kid had the moment where he realized his mom had deliberately walked in, left the chicken tenders, and left the room.
How do you not know how long chicken tenders take to cook, though? That kid learned a valuable lesson. These things take 10 minutes. Is this enough?
And I think that's probably how Oculus made the case for having pass-through cameras on their VR headsets, or like sensors to know if somebody else is in the room, because that's always one of the things naysayers are like, I could rob your house and you wouldn't even know. VR will never work. I'm like, no, VR will never work because no one ever made a World of Warcraft or a Call of Duty or a Madden that is the killer app for the goddamn thing. But
I play some of those sports games, a basketball one and a Madden. They're just like it's too hard. I'm just I can't do this in my room.
Yeah, no.
I feel and look like an idiot doing this.
Well, I mean, you're talking about the little action. I remember being in college and getting the Wii when the Wii first came out. Dude, that would be our night sometimes. They'd come over, they could bring a case of beer, and we're all playing. We're like into playing baseball, and again, talk about the graphics. Graphics aren't great. And it's just the fact that you're all just on the same team or hitting the ball, and it's like getting competitive in the living room.
Oh, yeah.
Until you realized all you had to do with the controller was go.
Yeah. Just sit there.
But we all wanted to look like we're swinging and I'm playing tennis and slam. Yeah.
Yeah, the form goes a long way.
But the thing about VR, the only place it's apart from porn and all the jokes aside is that I've seen it do fairly well is, we took the fam to Frankie's Fun Park, which is still fairly fun. And they have so many of those location-based entertainment headset VR things.
I would never wear those at these places.
That was the nieces are like, let's do that. I'm like, I don't want pink eye. Like,
I don't know how many Clorox wipes you would need to get me to wear one of those things, but
I know.
Wipe that thing down good.
I'm the same, man.
Kids don't care, man.
They don't. No. Mark, what was like your first either gaming memory or a console or whatever? What was like your go-to growing up? Did you? I say your brother was more into it, but what did you have like?
My favorite or like my first memory? Because
let's do both.
This is okay. My first memory was Super Nintendo, and we had the Super Scope on this one game. Yeah, and
hell yeah! I think you could probably fetch a fine price for those. By the way,
I wish I would have kept it instead of being like, yeah, you can give those away. It's bullshit now. I got a 64. You're like, idiot.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of people would build a time machine to stop Hitler. I would go back and get the Super Scope. And
I tell my mom not to sell my He-Man figures at a garage sale for $5. That's what I would do.
Yes,
entire box for $5.
Yeah,
I still have my Optimus Prime.
Nice.
Yeah. So like NBA Jam, that doesn't get better than that. And I remember my brother. I just wanted to I had two older brothers, so I wish one of them to like me, and I didn't know what to get. I was like, what should I get for my birthday? And it was like Mortal Kombat. And I remember opening Mortal Kombat, and he's like, awesome. And he took it and he ran. And it's like, yeah, we're together on this, right?
Happy birthday, idiot. Thanks.
I think my favorite system that I hope to be I need to buy it and start collecting the games is the 64. It's just, I think it's a combination of just an upgrade of the system and then just nostalgia of these.
Yeah. A lot of people say, I personally think that era does not hold up, the N64 PS1 era. That's just me. There's some great games there, obviously.
Yeah.
I think a lot of, first of all, they're so hard to emulate now and to play, even on the Switch online N64 part. I feel like they're still hard to play or get into. Just camera, the polygons, the blocky stuff.
My theory is that the 3D wasn't quite good enough yet.
Yeah, it was the first time they did it.
Yeah.
But our memory of it, like Wave Race and then Mario Kart, when you first had those the analog stick and you could do the blue sparks, that was amazing. But I mean, that you look at the way when textures were kind of here, like it was wavy and it wasn't like perspective correct and all that shit. But nostalgia is the most powerful drug. And so, Mark, I'm inferring that you were the youngest of your family.
Yeah,
that explains the Lady Gaga "Live for the Applause" comedian in you, dude.
Yeah, exactly. It's always I've heard that it's always the youngest who.
I am too.
Yeah,
I didn't know that, Brian.
Attention.
Yeah, I got 2 older shithead brothers.
Oh, I'm the youngest of 5 boys.
See, yeah, that's what it is. It's like we gotta fight for our time.
Yeah, they were all like sports, and I'm like video games. Fuck you guys,
Yeah.
But one of the things when we bonded with when I found this out, Mark, was your shirt there. When I found out you're a Orlando Magic fan, and Ninja Turtles. Right? So I just bought my New York Knicks Michelangelo shirt finally today. But my favorite.
Congrats on that, by the way.
Thank you. My favorite player is Penny Hardaway. And when I saw you wearing a Magic hat one day, like years ago, I was just like, "Hey, are you a Magic fan?" We talked about that for a bit. And you're a big turtle guy too, right?
Yep. Yeah. Speaking of, that is my shit. I don't get to sit down and play games often anymore. Like, obviously, like got to do a lot of work. Sometimes they're tracked out. I'm dad during the day, and then at night I actually have to do work and write and all the other stuff that But I did hear of a rumor, and I don't know, maybe if you guys have some inside information, but The Last Ronin.
Oh yeah, they finally confirmed it again, like a few weeks ago.
I am going to take days off
and
only play that freaking game for a while and not work. I'm not doing, and I feel guilty if I just take a couple hours to like sit around by myself. I just can't handle it. But that I will take maybe a week off and just play that game until
you read The Last Ronin, I assume, right? Like
yes, yeah.
I cried at the end. I was 42. I'm just like, I just cried reading a turtle comic when it was over. I'm like, I couldn't believe how good it was.
Yeah,
like it was something that I've wanted, something that I didn't know I wanted my whole life. You know what I mean? Like,
what year did it come out?
It came out during COVID, so that's why it took so long between each issue. It came out like 2020, I think.
So I haven't read them all, so I don't know. Yeah. So
you got to please hurry up and finish. It's so good.
It's in a hardcover now, right?
Yeah. You can buy the whole collection for like probably $10 or 20 tops, I would imagine. Like
killer, I'll do that.
All of them, or digital even if they're cheaper. But yeah, it's such a good story. They want. What's that?
It might be out of them digitally.
They might be. They
see what you did there.
They wanted to write this story as soon as that first issue was done in '84. They had this idea for The Last Ronin, and they just never did it until 2020, which is incredible. So, it's crazy. In 2019, I was at New York Comic Con, and I walked past a booth. It was this guy, Ben Bishop, who I didn't know who he was at the time. Bunch of turtle stuff in his booth, and we were talking for a few minutes. And he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm working with this cool thing with Kevin Eastman. It'll be out next year." And that was The Last Ronin. He didn't even that was what it was. He was, because he's the guy that worked on that with him. And when it came out, I was like, "Holy shit, man!" But it's one of the most incredible turtle stories there is. I hope I don't doubt they'll do the game right. Like I can't wait. It's probably going to be 5 more years till it comes out. But man, it's going to be. Man. I hope it's as good. We want us old farts. We want an old kick-ass adult turtle game. You know what I mean? Like that's
full circle because the turtles were originally black and white and violent, and then it became all like,
I want my pizza. I love being a turtle.
Which is great too. No, even the current comic series is dark and for adults and everything. So it's it's finally they're finally.
Well, that's my Batman theory. A good IP, you can go all the way to WB Kids Batman, all the way through to like Nolan Batman. And that's the thing is, I just got a copy of the Batman Year 100. Apparently, it's supposed to be really good, and Batman goes completely insane in it. So I can't wait to dig into that. And I
didn't know how many. I didn't realize how many comic books you had. When I was in your your downstairs room the other day, I didn't realize how many. You got a shitload of comics down there.
Yeah, I had to build a shelf for that, and I got a
shitload too. But you have like the big, like the trade paperbacks that have the complete story. Like, it's cool.
Yeah, I like to collect them, and I made one called Scrapper about a badass dog superhero. Crypto's okay, but anyway, yeah. So hey, real quick, Mark, I want to see you next. Besides wanting you to obviously plug your next gigs, like anything local that's going on, like.
Please plug some stuff. Yeah.
Local. I don't have anything local. I hate to. Nothing that sticks out. I'm out of town, out of state a lot.
I barely see you too. I've realized like lately, like you're out a lot, which is great, man. It's
yeah.
awesome.
I mean, like that I know we were doing the Mystic show together, and that was one of the funnest shows I've done in a long time. Just because like I was just back from Florida and Georgia this past weekend, but and I was also talking. They were great, but some of them had a couple of their buddies together. And they were talking about how cool it was to like work with their buddies. And I'm like, that's the funnest part of comedy is like, if you're with your friends and you're doing a show, it doesn't get funner than that. I don't care if you're bombing together or like,
it's even funner sometimes when one's bombing. It's even funner.
yeah. Or the crowd's just like, you're just like, I mean, only the comics are laughing in the back is a good time. But that's peak comedy for me, where you're just like with your buddies. I mean, you can do very well on the road, and that's fun too. But just at the end of the show, you just walk out and you're like, all right.
Well, a lot of comedians got started just wanting to make their friends laugh, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's all you wanted to do. I am doing. If I want to plug anything, I don't know.
Your socials, all that, man.
Yeah, I'm doing Portland, Maine.
Nice.
The Good Theater there. So if you got any Portland, Maine fans,
heck yeah, people.
Yeah, come out for that. Please. It's a theater and no one knows me, so
that'll be good.
Yeah.
And your Instagram at Mark Brady, and Brady is with 3 Y's. Is that correct?
Yeah. The first 2 were taken.
So it's Mark Brady with vocal fry.
Mark Brady.
Yeah. Mark Brady.
Give it a do that. Yeah. Awesome. Anything
TikTok
else
or any of that stuff?
Yeah. It's all on the same handle, but unfortunately, I just stopped uploading stuff to TikTok. It's just
I signed up and I'm like, this is insufferable. Like, I want to do one where I do like the impression of every girl in every car ever, where they all talk to their hands with their hands like this, and they're like all the like, what is with the fucking hand, you know?
Yes. Yeah. I just like, I don't know. I'm just like, I had a couple videos do well and things like that, but then you're just like, I find myself, if I start to get on it again, then I'm like on it. I'm using it. I mean,
it's using you, dude.
Yeah. Whatever trick they're doing is working a lot better than the other apps. So I try to stay off it.
You don't want to be a social media sensation.
I mean, like, I would like to do it for. I think that's the oldness coming out of me, where I'm just like, I want to do it for comedy. Damn it! When I signed up for, I don't want to be this talking head that's like adjacent, which is fine. But like, for instance, the Hummys thing, that is adjacent to comedy, and I think every time I do a gig out of town, I see somebody that's like, "Hey, I'm a Hummys fan," which is very nice. Yeah. But it's like 1 or 2 people in the crowd, and then the whole goal is to obviously like sell out with those people and have your fans there. But it's just hard for me to find another thing to do comedy wise, because I don't want to be like doing politics and then be like, oh, by the way, I'm also do stand up.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Hummys is genius, dude, and it would be really cool, like with these nerdy conventions, eventually to build up to doing a Hummys live at one of those.
I would. We've talked about that before. We did Playthrough, I think.
Yeah.
Is a convention that happens here. We got a booth.
I remember that. I saw you at that. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So we had a booth, and that was fun. But I would love to figure out a way to set up a live Hummys show where we're all in VR and everyone can see.
Yeah, and the crowd's watching you and laughing at you guys fuck around. That'd be. I mean, we could do that at the Gaming Geek Expo. Maybe that. Yeah, we could. I mean,
let's circle back around.
Let's
circle back.
We'll get some connective tissue.
Yes, please. I would love to figure out how to do that, and I will.
And Cliff and Bryles can probably help with that, because she sets up all this VR stuff all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. She helped Joe out with that Nope thing, so that'd be a great thing to do.
She does a lot of VR stuff.
All right. I'm getting the light.
All right, we got. Do you want to talk about the thing, Cliff?
Yeah. So to our dear fans, all 12 of you, Brian and I talked about this. We decided we're going to rebrand and relaunch the podcast
already.
Yes, even though it's been a short time, but I think Crunch Time is a great name. The problem is I'm not the only person to have that assumption. Turns out, especially in the world of sports, that there's a lot of people that have the same idea. And in the same thing in the App Store, the same thing on Steam, discoverability is fucking everything. And so I thought about some ideas with Brian. We talked, one of the ideas was floated was maybe Alt F4 or something like that. But then it's like, if they're enjoying the podcast and they do that, that means it closes it. That's not the best idea. And then this crazy dumb idea, there's no other podcast called this. We decided we're going to call it F13. And the idea is that,
nice.
Look at that fancy logo. Yep.
That.
Well, the idea is on your keyboard, it goes to F12.
So I'm honored to be a part of the last episode on your old podcast.
Close it out, man.
Or is this the first episode of your new podcast?
I think it's both. I think it's both.
Okay, right.
One door closes, another one opens.
Our first return guest already, Mark Brady. Everybody,
that's the boomerang.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't tell you how many podcast interviews I've done, and then only to realize like 3 weeks later, people are like, "Yeah, I quit that." You're like, great.
Yeah, so you're like the opposite of Good Luck Chuck with podcasts. The final point is discoverability, and the whole thing is, insert the whole joke about, Spinal Tap. It goes to 11, we go to F13. And the question we now get to ask our guests as the final question is, if you had an F13 button on your keyboard, Mark, what would it do?
Oh, if I had an F13 button, it would bring back.
Do we need a timer for this?
No,
he's got it.
It would bring back everything I've deleted in the past 6 months.
By accident, you mean?
Yeah. I would just want my trash to just vomit everything on my computer, because there's so many times where I'm like, oh fuck, I deleted that, didn't I?
Yeah.
I've had.
Does it have real world? Can I like just restock my pantry, Cliff, if I just push F13?
It could be whatever you want. And think about it as
I thought it was computer based.
Think about it as it's a one wish willow.
All right, great.
If I could hit F13, a super scope would appear in my hand.
Boom, callback.
All the Kathy Ireland posters from the 80s would go on my wall.
My room would turn into a 90s nostalgia hangout set.
By way of a Boston bar fight.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good stuff. Mark Brady, thanks, buddy, for
Thank you
joining
guys.
us.
You guys are so much fun. I appreciate your time, man.
Yeah,
Mark Brady,
hope to see you in Raleigh soon. Don't forget your roots, son.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'll definitely.
His roots is Myrtle Beach. We just realized. We found out. Folks, thanks for joining us on the F13 podcast with Brian and Cliffy B, with special guest Mark Brady. And if you're confused about the icon that you see on your app now, I'm going to try to get this fixed over the weekend, by the way. And that's the reasoning why the name has changed. We probably should have done it at the beginning of the episode. I just realized. Whatever.
Yeah, good point. Live and learn. It's a rebranding. It's gradual.
I can edit to put it in the front. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Cool.
People won't care. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next week on F13. Bye-bye.
I like it.